While a young man in work boots held the gate open for his father at a luxury open house, he was mocked by a wealthy businessman who thought he was the hired help. When they got to the front door, the young man greeted the realtor. "Ma'am, I'd like to make a cash offer on this property for my father." The wealthy businessman heard and laughed. Did he just say cash offer? "Huh, I guess being a laborer makes you delusional." The realtor asked the young man what his budget was. The young man pointed to the listing price of $2.5 million. The wealthy businessman walked up to the young man and mocked him. "Buddy, you can't afford the mailbox on this house. And why are you trying to impress your dad with money you don't have?" "I'd never do that. I make my dad earn his own way. And who are you? Don't look at me like that. I own 3 tech startups and drive a Ferrari. Show some respect for the elite." Just then, the head broker came out and said to him, "Sir, please lower your voice and behave like a professional." A few minutes later, the young man saw an elderly gardener struggling to lift a heavy bag of mulch, so he ran over and carried it to the shed for him. After walking back, the father smiled and patted his son's back. But the wealthy businessman laughed and sarcastically said, "Aw, how cute. It must feel good to do manual labor, since that's all you're good for." Such a pity. The realtor was touched by the young man's kindness to the gardener, so she offered to waive the closing costs on the mansion. The wealthy businessman was furious and said, "Waive the costs? Is this a prank? This dirtbag gets a deal, but not a VIP investor like me." The realtor felt annoyed and said, "Sir, this young man here owns the construction company that built this entire neighborhood. Oh, and that gardener he helped is my grandfather who likes to keep active in the garden." The wealthy businessman was shocked that the young man was a CEO. The father stood up and said, "My son builds cities, but he is also a gentleman who knows the value of hard work. You think your Ferrari makes you important? Remember, a car doesn't make you a man." The head broker came out and saw the wealthy businessman and asked if he was causing trouble again. They all nodded as the realtor said he was insulting other buyers. The head broker kicked him out and said, "Please leave. Arrogant people like you don't belong in our open house."